So you had a simple thought. And then that thought turned into 5 more thoughts, which turned into 20 what ifs. And before you knew it, you were mentally rehearsing conversations that never happened, worrying about problems that don't exist, and stuck in your own head, exhausted, without even doing a single thing. Yeah, that's overthinking. It's not that you're not smart. It's not that you don't want to take action. It's just that your brain won't shut up. You want to make a decision, but your mind keeps playing every possible outcome. You want to start something, but your thoughts are already 10 steps ahead, imagining everything that could go wrong. So you just freeze. And while you're stuck thinking, life keeps moving. Sound familiar? You're not alone, and the worst part? Most people think overthinking is a sign of being careful or intelligent. But the truth is, it's costing you your time, your energy, and your peace. You're not solving problems, you're recycling them. But here's the twist. Overthinking isn't your fault. It's your brain doing its job just in the wrong way. Let's break it down. You wake up in the morning and for a second, you're motivated. Today, I'm going to get things done. No more delays. Let's go. You open your laptop, you look at your to-do list, and then it starts. Your brain goes, wait, should I start with this task or that one? Do I have enough time to finish it today? What if I mess it up? What will they think of me if I fail? And just like that, you've slipped into the loop. Not doing, not deciding, just thinking, replaying, analyzing over and over again. Maybe you open YouTube to watch one quick video for inspiration, or scroll through Instagram to distract yourself. Maybe you clean your desk, make a coffee, check WhatsApp. You're not being lazy. You're mentally exhausted. And it's only 10 a.m. You don't even realize it, but you've spent the first few hours of your day trying to feel ready, instead of actually starting. By the time you come back to your work, you're more overwhelmed than before. And here's the part no one talks about. That mental spiral, it feels productive. You feel like you're preparing. But preparation without action is just fear wearing a mask. And the worst part? You do this again the next day and the next. And suddenly, a week has passed, and you're still stuck. If you've ever been caught in this cycle, you're not broken. You're just stuck in a mental pattern that needs interrupting. Let's talk about why this happens, and more importantly, how to stop it. Here's the truth. You're not overthinking because you're lazy or indecisive. You're overthinking because your brain is trying to protect you. It's wired for survival, not success. Back in the day, our ancestors needed to stay alert, constantly scanning for danger, preparing for every possible outcome, because one wrong move could mean death. Fast forward to today. We're not running from tigers anymore. But your brain still thinks it's saving your life every time you try to step out of your comfort zone. Let's say you want to start a business, speak up in a meeting, or even just post something online. Your logical brain says, this could be a good idea. But your survival brain says, wait, what if people judge you? What if you fail? What if this goes horribly wrong? So instead of acting, you start thinking, then doubting, then spiraling. Because if you don't take the risk, you can't get hurt, right? Here's where it gets interesting. Your brain thinks overthinking equals safety. But in reality, overthinking equals stuckness. You delay decisions to avoid failure. But that delay becomes the very thing that guarantees you never move forward. It's like a smoke alarm that goes off every time you make toast. It means well, but it's not helping. And the more you overthink, the stronger that mental habit becomes. It's like digging a groove into your brain that says, before I act, I must analyze everything, every risk, every step, every outcome. That's not wisdom, that's fear, dressed as logic. But once you see it for what it is, you can change it. You can start training your brain to trust action over analysis. Not reckless action, but small, intentional moves that interrupt the loop. Because guess what? Confidence doesn't come before action. It comes from action. Overthinking thrives in silence and stillness. Not the peaceful kind, but the kind where your mind is screaming and your body's frozen. So how do you break that spiral? Here are 5 real, powerful steps to break free from overthinking, even on your worst days. Step 1, set a 5-minute overthinking timer. Sounds weird, right? Why would you let yourself overthink when that's the exact problem? Here's why. Overthinking thrives in secret. The more you try to push it away, the louder it gets. So instead of wrestling your mind, say this. All right, brain, you've got 5 minutes. Go nuts. Set a timer. Seriously. Let yourself spiral. List out every fear, every what if, every but what if I fail scenario. Let your thoughts run wild, but only until the timer dings. It's like telling your brain, I hear you, but we're not doing this all day. Step 2, do a brain dump. Now that you've let it out mentally, it's time to empty it physically. Grab a notebook, Google Doc, Notes app, anything, and dump everything. Not just tasks, thoughts, worries, doubts, ideas, all of it. It doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to be organized. Just think of it like decluttering your mental desktop. Once you see what's actually there, it's way easier to move forward. Step 3, ask, what's the next best step? Now that the noise has settled, let's do something powerful. Ask yourself, what's one small step I can take right now? Not the full plan, not fixing your whole life. Just the next best move. Maybe it's writing one line, sending one message, researching one thing. Keep it small. Keep it doable. That's how you break the loop. That's how you go from spiraling in your head to moving in real life. Step 4, create an action anchor. Here's the thing. Starting is hard, but restarting? That's even harder. So we need a trigger. Something that tells your brain, hey, it's go time. This is where your action anchor comes in. It's a tiny routine, sound, or object that signals it's time to focus. For example, you always play the same 5-minute playlist before deep work. You light a candle before studying, you sip a coffee, and open your laptop at the same table, same time. Think of it like Pavlov's bell for productivity. Do it enough times, and your brain automatically shifts gears from overthinking to action mode. Make it simple. Make it yours. Step 5, embrace progress over perfection. Let's be real for a second. Most overthinking isn't about the task itself. It's about not doing it perfectly. You start a project and immediately think, is this the best way? What if it's not good enough? What will people think? So here's the mindset shift that'll save you hours, maybe even years. Done is better than perfect. Progress beats paralysis. Nobody nails it on the first try. Not authors, not YouTubers, not CEOs. They just start, they stumble, they improve. So instead of trying to get it right, just focus on getting it done. One step, then another. That's how momentum builds. That's how things actually change. Now, before you forget, let's do a quick recap. Set a worry timer. Let the thoughts flow, but limit them. Brain dump. Get it out of your head and onto the page. Next best step, don't plan your whole life, just move. Action anchor, train your brain with a go time trigger. Progress greater than perfection. Start messy, stay consistent. So the next time your mind starts spiraling with what ifs and endless possibilities, pause, breathe. Remind yourself you don't have to solve everything right now. Overthinking is just your brain trying to protect you from failure. But in doing that, it also stops you from living fully. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need to have it all figured out. All you need is a starting point. Take that one small step, even if it's messy, even if it's uncertain, because once you move even a little, clarity starts to follow. And trust me, momentum is way more powerful than motivation. So here's your challenge. Set a worry timer. Dump those thoughts. Pick one next best step. Anchor it. Let go of perfection. Then come back and tell me in the comments, what small step are you taking today? I'd love to cheer you on. And hey, if this helped you quiet the chaos just a little, hit that like button, share it with someone stuck in their own head, and subscribe for more no-fluff, real talk that actually helps. Because here, we don't just overthink, we outthink it together.